Hey viewers, George here to talk about another episode of this shitty cartoon. Yay. So, what episode was this? Number 9. Episode 9, Heebo-Skeebo, or whatever the fuck the episode's called. Basically, you wanna know, every time I watch one of these, it feels just, it's getting worse. It's seriously getting worse. No signs of stopping either. You know, I didn't laugh once. I didn't find any joke, like, there was at all, like, attempts to make a good joke out of anything. You know, it is so bad. It's getting worse. The only thing I will give the show, before I actually start talking about the episode itself, is that it's at least unimaginative. So upon when the game comes out, I think it comes out next month, in November, but when it comes out, I am looking forward to that, only because the stuff that they've shown in the show actually look like, if the game's done right, I don't know how the fuck they're going to do the game, but depending on how they do the game, it could actually be a bit of fun with all these different power-ups that you get with these berries. So there you go. That's your compliment. You at least make the game look interesting before I hear anything about it. Assuming that they're still doing it now. I don't know. Anyways, so episode 9. What happens in this? Basically, the bully character that's been... I haven't really talked about him because he's fucking stupid. Because he's like every other single bully character. He just, you know, teases the main character just to try and get like a little, and then he gets his up and comings, and he's a fucking stupid character. So, you know, of course we're gonna make a fucking stupid episode where he has to be in it. I fucking hate when they do this, because it's not really all that great, like, at all. Like, I find, and actually, the more I think about it, any other cartoon that's done it, those kind of episodes never really tend to be the great ones, or like really good at all, and you just sort of like, I don't care for it. But essentially what happens is, his name's Skeebo. Yeah, it's a little pun off of skee ball, but I guess they're trying to say skee balls is stupid, but yeah, it was stupid at Eminem's beach party. Anyways, point being is Skeebo wants to get a hold of Pac-Man's berries, because he basically comes to the conclusion, I don't know how anyone else hasn't fucking figured this out yet, but that Pac-Man uses the berries to get super abilities and eat the ghosts. Of course, I don't fucking understand why, but Pac-Man's like the only one who can actually eat the ghosts and spit their eyeballs out. Everyone else just sort of like regurgitates them, and it's really disgusting. So I don't know why that's a thing. But anyways, he's like, I'm going to be the hero now. So he takes his things, and he gets tricked to go into the netherworld, because I guess Betrayus wants the berries so that they can become invincible or vulnerable. It's just, point being is Pac-Man and gang go into the netherworld. They save the fucking day. They save the dumbass. There's no berries for Betrayus to use, so I mean, that plot goes fucking nowhere. Like, how, I want to know exactly how they would have used the berries to, you know, make them better, because the berries just give you like these super abilities, and it allows Pac-Man to eat the ghosts. I mean, they've shown that it doesn't allow anyone else to eat the ghosts or anything, like, completely in the way Pac-Man does. So I don't know exactly what they would use the berries for. But, apparently they want to use those berries, because I guess that's his next brilliant idea, and they're just going to drop the plot of that. I'm pretty sure if they explained what the fuck they were going to do with them, it might have worked out, and it'd be like, I wouldn't mind seeing them attempt that again. But, I doubt we're ever going to hear about them trying that again, because, you want to know what? We fucked up once. It didn't really work out. So, we're never going to really try that. We didn't really... I really don't know what else to say about this episode. Thankfully, nothing really pissed me off this episode, other than being really stupid. Trying to think if there's really anything else I have to comment on with this one, but I don't think so. No, just another dumb episode. Wasted potential. The writing was god awful. And you could see the end coming miles away. I mean, it's not pulling any punches or anything. It's, you know, going with flow. Actually, that's... You want to know what? The show follows a lot of plot lines. A lot of standard plot lines you've seen in, like, other dozens of shows that are, like, basically do these kind of things. I mean, you have the origin bit that was at the beginning, you know, we get that eventually. We had this bully episode, you know, there was the time travel episode. It's just like, then there was them trying to create a problem that, you know, everyone has and trying to, you know, make it more, less of like, it's that bad of a problem sort of thing, and, you know, everyone gets it. They've done one of those episodes. It's going along the lines, you know. Yeah, evil people manipulating or, like, pretending to be a higher authority. We had one of those. We had a pet episode. Those are always in there. It does a lot of... It doesn't do anything different from what we've seen in other shows, and then it's like, it's Pac-Man doing it now. And he eats ghosts. But I mean, like, the end results, the basic outlines aren't any different. You know, it hits the same points. Maybe it might skip over a few because it's lazy like that. But it doesn't do anything different. It doesn't stand out enough. It tries to use it in the fact that it's based off a video game and has Pac-Man as the main character as its thing that makes it different from every other show, but that it should never, ever rely on that. It's like a fucking, you know, handicap for it. Because it doesn't make it any more interesting. You know, you could have had completely different characters in it, you know, you wouldn't change anything. It's like, that's how pointless it feels. It doesn't really even utilize the fact that it's using Pac-Man and it's even Namco related. You know, I just, while I was watching, I was making a joke to myself, but I'm like, you know, Galaga reference. But why don't they put other Namco game references in there? Because I mean, that would definitely set you apart pretty well, because no other show can make direct references to other Namco products and IPs and series. So, you know, why not do some things that other shows can't? Because right now, like I said, beyond the fact that it's Pac-Man, you could have any other character replace them, and it's like not any different. You know, it could be SpongeBob, it could be Timmy Turner, it could be fucking Ren and Stimpy, and I mean, like, it could be some completely original character called Frank Dibus, who happens to be electronic cable guy, and it's basically the same thing, you know. It doesn't feel different, and I think that's what that is pissing me off about the entirety of this show. It's just, they're not even trying, really. I mean, like, they look at all the other shows and they're like, well, they did an episode about, you know, bullying, or like the antagonist, you know, sub-antagonist sort of like trying to be the hero, or, you know, be a prominent figure, and it backfires. Why don't we do an episode like that? Because, I mean, why not? Why do you have to do an episode like that? Is it in like a rule book that you have to, you know, have an episode about this, have an episode about that, have an episode about this? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be an episode where it takes place in space. Fuck, why not? You know, an episode where racing happens. Sure, why the hell not? Because, I mean, like, every other show that's along those lines usually does that. You know, where they go outside their limits of, you know, environments, or, like, they have some sort of fucking race. You know, a tournament of sorts happens. Why the hell not? You know, what about an episode where his friends betray him? We're still waiting for that episode, aren't we? It's terrible, because I have a good feeling those episodes are coming up too, because this series is just so bland and boring. I mean, like, you can replace with anything. Halloween episode, we haven't gotten to one of those yet, and a Christmas episode, we haven't got to those, but I doubt we'll see any of those because this show ran during the summer. It's not one of those ones that ran during the fall winter season. So I doubt we're gonna get a holiday special. So or maybe we might. They might throw a holiday special in there, you know, for rerun purposes. That's another thing. I'm watching all these episodes off of YouTube because, you know, the series is long done. They're not gonna make a second season of it. They'd be fucking stupid if they did. Of course, every other show did, so they might. But this show, apparently, according to various internet sources, not just Wikipedia, but it apparently ran on, obviously, on the Disney Channel, the XD or DX channel, whatever the fuck it's called, and also on my TV here in Canada. So, of course, I decided to go and look at those stations and then see if they would do any reruns, or if they have it on the on-demand sections, or even if their fucking site has any information about it. But it's like the show didn't even exist on those channels, because I couldn't find any record of them ever actually appearing on them, other than, you know, Wikipedia and, like, other sources. Yes, I use Wikipedia mostly, but saying that that's where it was shown. And I think that speaks a lot of levels, when even the station and even the Disney Channel, which Disney was a part of this catastrophe, that they don't want to really show it. Because, I mean, a lot of people would probably give money, a lot of stations and companies would give money to have some sort of prominent figure in, like, a video game medium be shown on their channel more or less exclusively. And clearly not that bad. I mean, like, I don't know. This show is just really bad. And clearly executives saw that, and, you know, they're trying to, you know, get rid of as much evidence that's connecting the show to them. Because, I mean, like, on YTV, they on their site, they'll have, you can watch the episodes, or, like, a couple of the episodes on their site of shows that they had on their channel. And, I couldn't find anything about Pac-Man being on there at all. Like, not even a goddamn little Flash fucking game that they have, like, for every damn show on there. Same with Disney's channel, I couldn't find anything about it being on there. No reruns of the show, which a lot of shows usually, you know, bank a lot on. So they're constant making episodes more of a rerun style. But there's nothing about the show. So that also speaks some levels. I'd be surprised if this even gets a well, no, it's going to get a DVD release, because all the other shows did that. And that's probably the only other way they're going to make a bit of cash on the side. So, well, and then they're going to have the video game based on it, so I guess that'll probably stir up a little bit. Maybe. Not a couple of other shows also had a game. Running theme. So anyways, with that all said and done, until next time, keep on gaming.